says we're live. So, can somebody hear us out there? Give me a hello, howdy, something in the chat. Hopefully, everything sounds okay. So, how's everybody doing? I'm not as prepared as I planned to be. I have been a busy day and I didn't get to get everything together I wanted to, but I'm going to try and get some stuff here for us to talk about, pull up our schedule of events that I posted today on Facebook. So if you don't do Facebook, we'll cover some of that here. But if you do Facebook, you can go over on the Writing in the Ozarks page on Facebook. I've got a pinned post now with the events that we are going to be doing this year that we know of for sure at this time. There's Hells. What's up? So everybody having a good weekend? Everybody ready for the big launch tomorrow? Let a few more people get in here before we get started. Hey, XO, I got your Instagram message. We might talk about that a little bit also. I see our buddy Jay Sorsby, Larry. How you guys all doing tonight? So, if I can get over here to my page, we'll pull up the events. We'll go ahead and start talking about what we've got coming up. What is that very first thing? Can you read that from over there? Got your glasses on?
Our chili and soup cook-off benefit for a little boy that got out of the house and got in the pool and drowned. He's still alive, but
he was without a pulse for a little while.
Yeah, and he has to have bariatric, something like
barometric, that. Or like a barometric chamber thing,
which is like over $12,000 a treatment. That's detrimental to his survival. So our group is putting on a chili and soup cook-off with a silent auction for that on February 4th.
So that's an event she's been sharing out. I will make sure I share that event also and stuff. But if anybody's local in Central Missouri and wants to come out and you think you got hot ass chili, you think your chili can set somebody on fire, bring it. We do require you have a note card with your ingredients on it because some people have allergies. So kind of for the insurance and stuff, we have to make sure that's out there so nobody eats something they're allergic to and then we have a really bad day. We don't want that. But anyway, so chili, soup and chili cook-off. The reason we did soup is some people don't make chili. We have one person who's allergic to red tomatoes. So a lot of that stuff she can't do. So she does a soup thing and stuff.
Oh, and we'll have a pie auction.
So Captain Rich here wants to know if there's a link where they can donate. So
we do not have a link. I've always got PayPal personally that we could do it and put your name because we'll make a poster with donations. Otherwise, you could send a check and write it directly to the family if you'd like to do that. I can have Mike message you with a names of the parents.
Yeah, if somebody wants to donate and can't come to the event, just go ahead and send me a Facebook message or Instagram message, and I'll get you details on ways you can do that. There's our buddy Joe. Hope Joe and video guy Joe and Regina are doing well. Jonathan's in there. John's got 2 trophies from last year's chili cook-off, so he's the guy to beat, it looks like. So anyway, that's a local thing here we're doing, but if you're in Central Missouri, we'd love to have you come out. We've got some silent auction event stuff going on and things like that. I'll get you an address and you can send a donation. So then what's the next thing on the list?
Cycle Showcase, STL in St. Louis.
Hey, Christopher. Hey, everybody that I've missed. If I missed anybody, Marine Rider, all you guys. So you can cook. You can't cook, but you can eat, huh? That must be Drew. So anyway, well, come on down and eat some chili. Come on over. It'd be good. So Cycle Showcase St. Louis. And while I mentioned this, I want to mention Schmidt Law Firm real quick. I'm wearing their hat and their shirt. They're supporting motorcycle events here in Missouri now. And they are stepping up in a big way for lots of events. There's the $5,000 poker run I know they're going to be doing later in the year in Kansas City area. they're stepping up and they're sponsoring. One of the sponsors, Cycle Showcase. I've never been to Cycle Showcase, but I've seen pictures from somebody that went. I've been following them on Instagram and Facebook, and if you're not following them, you should. It is going to be a hell of a good time. Pro Monkey is coming up from Florida because he's a St. Louis native, and he's going to spend the weekend, go to the show, and check it out. So we're going to go to the show thanks to an invite from Schmidt Law Firm, and we're going to check it out. We'll do some recording. I'll have a video on it and stuff because I really want to promote these kinds of events here in the Ozarks too. That's kind of true to the purpose of the channel, why I originally started it. So it'll be a really cool event we've never been to, and we're going to get to hang out with the monkeys some. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now, this thing is not like, these are like custom hand build stuff. A lot of, these builders have never been seen before. 20 of these 50 bikes have never been seen by anybody in a show before. They're going to unveil them at Cycle Showcase. And as I understanding, starting at 11:30, they're going to start pulling the cover off of bikes. They're going to do like one every 15 minutes and reveal 20 bikes that have never been seen before, that have never been in the show before. I saw something today. He was measuring out from the front wheel to the rear wheel. He said, I got to get a bigger cover. This thing's 13 feet long. So there are going to be some cool choppers and stuff like that. It's going to be a good time. I know our buddy Bates is going to be going. So we've got some other friends that are coming up. Monkey's going to be there. I think Bert the biker dog is going to be there. So we're going to have a good time. If any of you guys can get to St. Louis, that's February 11th is the day that they reveal all the bikes. So come check that out. The show is actually the 11th and the 12th, but probably the 12th, I'm going to have to get up and take somebody to eat lunch on the hill in St. Louis because she wants some authentic Italian food while we're up there. And then we'll head on back home probably.
For Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that'll be her Valentine's dinner is Mama on the Hills if we can get in there. Or else wherever we can find a spot. Because that'll be probably a busy weekend for them. Then we get a little bit of a break in March. We don't have anything on the calendar in March yet, as far as events. But we will be going to Spring Fling Rally. Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
So I know Ozark HD Riders is in here. He's going to that. Somebody put something here for you. Firecracker on 2 wheels. I'm at work and cannot stay online yet. I wanted to quickly sign in and send my best wishes for your motor stream this evening. I'll try and be at you next round. All right. So Spring Fling Rally in Eureka Springs. If you guys don't know about that, the dates for that are April 20th to the 23rd. Jay's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Ozark HD Rider is going to be there. I think Sinister Clutch is coming to town. It's going to be an off the hook good time. If you haven't ever been to Eureka Springs and partied at the Cat House and Switchback Bar, you need to put that on your bucket list. And Spring Fling is a great time to do it. Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue is another good time. We'll get to that event in a little bit and stuff. But we are doing Spring Fling. Jay's doing Spring Fling. So make sure if you can get down there. It's
Sister
a great
Clutch.
Sister Clutch, I think, is going to make it and come this year. April 20th is it's a little cooler here in Missouri than it is in Arkansas that time of year. But I mean, it's really springtime and it's really got some nice days. And should be a really good weather-wise time of year. Not too hot, but not too cold still. And
that'll be the first time I have my bike revealed out in public, probably.
at an
event.
At an event, yeah. Yep. So if you guys, we haven't showed it much on the channel yet. I'm working on the video, but we tore the Sport Glide down. No tins left. No tins left on the bike. No saddlebags left on the bike. It's been bare for about a month. It's getting some stuff done to it. Actually, a lot of it's been done. There's a little bit more custom stuff that's got to be done. And then we're waiting on cables that are supposed to come in into this month so we can put new bars on it. And the Sport Glide is going to have a little different look. So you will have no doubt it's Firecracker Sport Glide when you see it. There'll be no more, it's just another black Sport Glide in the parking lot. Not that there's that many Sport Glides, but still. Anyway, hey, 87 Ricer, what's up, Chris? So Spring Fling is going to be a great time. I am sure we will schedule some kind of meetup somewhere at the Cat House or Switchback or one of those while we're down there. When that gets closer, we'll get those details ironed out and kind of, make sure we post that as well as a separate event. The next one you get to talk about.
No,
That's
you
your
can.
deal. No, that's your deal. I talk too much as it is. They'd rather hear you talk.
So May 5th and 6th, and then we'll come back on the 7th. We'll leave here on the 5th. That's the 6th is International Female Writers Day. So Carrie from the Switchback messaged me personally asking if I would be I don't know what you call it, special guest, I guess. And if I was willing to do that. So I was a little hesitant because I don't know. But anyway,
she's not used to anybody,
Yeah.
requesting Firecracker on Two Wheels' presence at an event.
So we're doing that. And I've gotten, she asked me if I knew of any other girls so that were local from our area. So we have Hani, which is Bertha Biker Dog's mom. And we have our friend Ray, that is
Witchcraft.
with Witchcraft Cycles. They're just getting started in this. But I feel that Ray's a real big inspiration for females, especially. So I requested maybe she be one. So we'll see how it turns out. We're still, I think Carrie and us are still trying to come up with ideas for that event and see what's going on. But even if you're not a girl, you can come support.
Come to the Switchback and hang out. I'll be there. Do you see what Outback Outlaw put?
Yeah.
And he made a donation, but he wants an OO on the front fender for Outback Outlaw. So you're gonna have to sweet talk her on that one, brother. I'm not sure that you're gonna get that done, but you might be able to get her to put an Outback Outlaw sticker inside the saddlebag. That you might get her to do. Or inside the trunk would be a good place too. So when you open up the trunk, people can see all the stickers.
Yeah.
That'd be a good place to put them. So it's good to see you, man. Thank you very much for the donation. We appreciate that. That'll buy her some gas money for International Female Ride Day. So let's see, we got it here. Are you guys going to Bike Week in Daytona this year? No, we're not going to be able to make Bike Week this year. Between our vacation schedules, I get 3 weeks, and we do a rally that's on this list. We actually put that on, and between that and Bike Fest and Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue and stuff, we get about 1 week left that we can go do something else. And this year, we put Sturgis on the list. Next year, we're planning probably Deals Gap, and then maybe the year after that, Florida. Maybe by then, I'll get another week's vacation, and then we can maybe make some more big trips. But Daytona for us is a couple days there and a couple days back. So that's pretty much a, 3 or 4 day minimum to take off work to be there. Even if we only stayed a couple days and rode on a weekend, we'd have to leave in the middle of the week to get back and still take vacation time. Unless we were to fly in and rent bikes, which is probably out of my pocketbook. So Daytona's not on the list right now. Probably not going to be on the list this year. After International Female Ride Day, which is May 6th, we've got May 11th and May 13th, and that is going to be the 3rd annual Ozark Rides Rally. So again, anybody in Central Missouri, and I know a lot of you aren't, but any of you that are, come check that out. They do guided rides at the Harley-Davidson dealer. There's some stuff that's planned for that. I know some things that are pretty cool this year they're doing. It's a new thing. But I can't announce it because they haven't made it public, and I don't want to be the one to let the cat out of the bag. But be watching for that, and I'll be sharing posts about that and stuff. But we're going to be at the Lake of the Ozarks Harley-Davidson dealer. This is their event that they put on, and they do guided rides all over the Lake of the Ozarks area and stuff that day. And they're doing some other cool stuff. Usually they've had demo bikes there. They've had the Globe of Death. They've had stunt riders there, that kind of stuff. So they'll put something on cool, and they'll do guided rides. And there's, like I said, one event I know that one thing that's coming up that's going to be really cool. So we will be at that. I don't have confirmation yet, but there's a possibility that I'll be leading one of the guided rides that day. So there may be an opportunity to sign up and do a guided ride and go with us on a specific route to a destination. And then is the rally I was talking about, the Mid-America Freedom Rally. Now, this is the event that me and Firecracker are involved in putting on. This one is kind of about 1,000 to maybe, it won't be this year, but in its heyday, 3,000 It'll probably be 1,000 to 1,500 right now is what we usually get for attendance. But this is kind of old school biker rally, adult only party. Nobody under 18 is allowed in. Nobody under 21 is drinking. If they're a minor, we put a wristband on them, but we don't allow anybody under 18 because, quite honestly, you will see things you cannot unsee. So it is very much old school. It may not be quite Little Sturgis, but it's our little version here in the Ozarks, and that is a really good time. Jay and Shannon came last time. Jason did, and they had a really good time. They really liked it. It's just a hangout. It's on a private campground. We do our own security. There's food vendors there. There's showers there. There's, you can tent camp. You can bring an RV if you rent an RV space, but that's, the way it is. You don't need to leave the campground for anything if you don't want to. We have entertainment all through the day. We do biker events, field events we're going to do them on Friday afternoon this year. We're going to expand that because I've had a lot of requests for that. We have a lot of fun doing that. But Saturday and Sunday, both, we do field events in the afternoon. We have a bike show. We have a scavenger hunt. We've done the poker run thing, but people really don't want to get that far from the campground because there's other things going on. So we've kind of deemed that back to just being a scavenger hunt right there in the area close, where you can take time. And if you want to come back for something, you can, and you don't have to be gone all day. And then you can go out and finish the scavenger hunt. And that's going to be great. Well, thank you, Jimmy. Love the channel, he says. And here's a comment about the Roan King Standard as part of the 23 bikes. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. Don't go anywhere, Gary. But I'm afraid everything I see says that's not going to happen. But I think there's going to be a replacement. So Freedom Rally, Memorial Day weekend, Buckhorn, Missouri. I'll be sharing links to these events and stuff as much as I can. But it's a old school event. It's, if you're looking for vendors, there's going to be food vendors and a couple people selling leather and some t-shirts and a guy who does bike repair and tires and things like that. And other than that, that's mostly your vendors. It's a very much a party atmosphere, a lot of drinking, a little bit of smoking. There's a little bit of nudity. There's a Mr. Freedom contest or Mr. Buns contest. There's a Miss Freedom contest. There's a wet t-shirt contest. We have live music every night, and I'm really excited this year because I spent a fortune of our budget on 2 bands on Saturday night, but we're having Hell's Bells, which is a national touring AC/DC tribute band, and we're having Night Train, which is a tribute band for Guns N' Roses. So we're going to have some amazing sound going off the stage on Saturday night. We just booked bands for Friday night and Sunday night, so we've got those booked out. So, we're looking like it's going to be a good time. Bagger Bates says, I'm here if you're topless. Well, that might get arranged if you show up at the event, but it won't be on the live stream. So, and I don't think you really want to see that. I'm hoping that comment was for Firecracker. So, anyway, the Freedom Rallies, it's been going on for 33, 34 years now. I'm the chairman this year, which means I'm going to be working my butt off, but I'll do my best to say hi to everybody. But they built this rally on the premise of Memorial Day weekend. If we have it on Memorial Day weekend or we don't have it, because it is about honoring our veterans. We do a Rolling Thunder on Sunday night at midnight for about 90 seconds. Everybody just holds the throttle wide open till the exhaust pipes turn red. And, we make sure that everybody in Valhalla and everywhere in between can hear the Rolling Thunder. We have a great time. It's really a good event, a lot of fun. We really enjoy it, or we wouldn't put in all the work that it takes to do it. And there's a lot of work to it. So I'd love to. I'll see what I can work out. That really just a backtrack of how I got to Cali. Totally doable. Sweet. So it's going to be a good time. Besides the Freedom Rally, the next thing is kind of a personal thing. Last year we got invited to a campground that was for motorcycle rights organizations and CMA and stuff like that. And we had a really good time. And I thought it would be a really cool place to kind of host an event. So I worked it out with the owner, and we're going to do a camp out at Big Rock Candy Mountain in Jadwin, Missouri. It's about 30, 40 miles from Rolla, Missouri. It's in South Central Missouri, right off Highway 19 along the Ozark Scenic Riverways. It's a beautiful campground. They have tent camping. They have little cabins. They have RV spots. They have an in-ground pool with salt water in it. Beautiful view up on a hill. Nice little showers and laundry facility. There's a restaurant and a bar on site. So again, you don't have to leave the campground if you don't want to, but we're planning a ride on Saturday. I haven't got all the details worked out, but Uranus, Missouri is a good ride from there. And we go right through Licking. So we're thinking we're going to call it the Licking Uranus ride. And we maybe will charge $10 per person, a donation, and we'll donate that to charity, like a prostate cancer charity or something. We thought that'd be fitting. So last year, Joseph Butler, who's in the chat, he was there with us. We had an absolutely amazing time.
You said that they got cabins.
Yeah, they have cabins. You can primitive tent camp. You can do
they
RV.
Have small cabins like for 2 people, or they have like cabins with like 3 or 4 beds in them, so you can get a group of people.
Yep. And now Joseph Butler and us, we all sat around the campfire and had a really good time last year. So yeah, Jay said got to make shirts. I'm thinking shirts, stickers, poker chips. I'm going to try and get some sponsors. If I can get some sponsors to help me with t-shirts, then we'll charge a donation to do the ride, and you'll get a shirt or something like that. But I got to figure out the money side of that amongst all the other thousands of things I got to do this year. So I'd like to make that happen. I think that'd be really cool. So Licking Uranus, that's right. Mr. Bowman's in here. He says he's looking forward to it. So
what's that one on Firecracker? 87 Ricer.
87 Ricer says Firecracker's going to neglect Bruiser. Might want to run it every so often. Well, I think I might ride Bruiser to work a few days a week next year to make sure it doesn't get too lonely, not put so many miles on my touring bike just to go to work and stuff. We talked about that. That kind of ties into something else we've got going on in the near future, but we haven't made public yet. So, yeah, I know quite a few of us lady riders have a YouTube moto channel. If you ever want to discover more of us, I could introduce you at Firecracker on 2 Wheels. So just hit her up. She's on Instagram too. You can message her on there. She watches a few channels. Joseph said good drinks and stories. Yeah, we had a great time. It's a beautiful area. Rod, it's his birthday. It's Rod's birthday. I heard it was Rod's birthday.
It is.
Rumor has it it's always Rod's birthday. Everywhere he goes year round, it's Rod's birthday.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it was it's in April.
Well, it was Rod, I believe, said it was during Spring Fling, and then he had a birthday again during Bike Spoilers and Barbecue, and I think he was having a birthday at Bike Fest too.
Hey, I'd have a birthday every day if I could.
So tell FDB to get involved. I think 530 Bikers are going to do their meetup at they talked last year about they might do it again at Waynesville, Missouri. I don't know if they will or not. We'll just have to see if they want to get involved, if they want to come. But I've already got my dates set. My dates may not work for them, and there's not going to be. The campground's not really like a public thing. It's more for people that are going to stay there. I mean, people can probably come in because people come into the restaurant and stuff, but they're not like equipped with hundreds of parking spaces. They're equipped for parking for people that are camping there. So it'll be a good time one way or the other. Rod should come and celebrate his birthday around the campfire. That's what I'm thinking. So that is, I hope it goes well. The guy asked me if I thought I could get at least 30 people to show up. I said, I sure hope so. So don't let me down. Facebook family, YouTube family, all my friends who are watching, let's go camping and have a good time. I get a lot of requests that say, hey, where are you going to be? When could I ride with you sometime? Or when could I meet you? So here's your chance to come spend the whole weekend in a small, nice, quiet setting with not a lot of other things going on.
They have bands.
He's planning on having some live music that Saturday night. They have a little stage there, so we can, but we can hang around the campfire, listen to music, have a drink.
They have a bar. You can bring your own too, but if you're going to go up and eat and stuff, you can. They've got a bar there.
They serve breakfast. They have a bar. They cater to the guests very well. It's a very nice place. They're on Instagram and Facebook. I put a post out today and a couple days ago about this campground. So you can click the link and go follow them. tell them that you heard about it from riding in the Ozarks. You're thinking about coming to visit. That'd be awesome. So after the Ozark Rides Rally, or after the Ozarks Camp Out, that's in June. We don't have anything else on the books till August. I put down the dates for Sturgis as the dates that we will actually be in Sturgis. We will get there the night of the 6th at our house, but that's out in Lee Deadwood. So from the 7th to the 11th, we'll be in the Sturgis area somewhere doing something that week, Monday through Friday. And then Saturday morning, we get up and we got to pull out early and head back. Joe says, I will get the first round. That sounds like Joe. Joe likes to get the first round, sometimes the third round, sometimes the 5th round, and maybe other rounds in between. We met Joe at the $5,000 poker run. And, just while we're talking about events, we have met some amazing people, made some amazing friends from going to events like this. We went to the $5,000 poker run to hang out with the River Bluff Baggers because we met them down in Switchback for the World Record Poker Run meetup that was going through there. And so we met them there, and then we got to hang out with them and at Spring Fling last year and stuff. And so we went to the $5,000 poker run, was hanging out with them. We met Joe. Joe and Regina are great friends now. They came and camped out with us last summer, and we just, motorcycles are a great way to bring people together. They're like-minded. So, getting out at events like this is a great way to meet more people.
And Joe, I need to come to your house so I can come have a few drinks at that nice bar you've got set up.
Yeah, Joe likes to taunt us with all this fancy alcohol bar he's got set up in his house. It looks like he's better stocked than my local bar. So Rich says, I will be in Sturgis. I'm already booked at my campground. Well, hopefully we run into you before Sturgis, but if not, maybe we'll see you up there somewhere. I'm hoping you'll be able to make it to one of the other events or something, maybe Spring Fling or something, but we'll be there somewhere. But I don't know. We don't have an itinerary for what we're doing on what days yet there. So are we riding to Sturgis or hauling? Well, I am riding unless I have a mechanical issue on the way. I think Firecracker's planning to ride the whole way. We are taking a vehicle and a safety trailer. We have one person who's going who has a smaller Honda. It's not really a touring bike. And so she may ride part of the way, but she may trailer part of the way. But that gives us somebody to drive the truck. So we have a safety vehicle. And when we rent a house, so what we're going to do when we get to Sturgis, I'm going to share a secret. I'm going to do a video on this at some point. But my secret for Sturgis, we did this 4 years ago, almost. We rent a house. We rent the same house this time we got last time. It's out past Deadwood, out on the south side of Lead, between there and Spearfish Canyon's entrance. And we split that house up between 12 people. We bring the cost down. It's like $500 a person for 5 nights. So that's like $100 a night per person to have a house. It's got a hot tub, jacuzzi, pool thing, a hot tub outside on the deck, a grill. Everybody there's, I think, a pool table downstairs, but, everybody has a bed or a pull-out couch bed. And, we have a house. And so we run down to the grocery store with the truck and we load up enough groceries on Sunday night when we get there to feed us all week. We all just chip in and we try and eat breakfast and dinner at the house. And then we only eat out at lunch, or we just maybe skip eating out or take a snack. If we don't, if you're hungry, great, we'll eat. But if not, then we'll just ride, do stuff, and not spend $12 for a cheeseburger or $20 for a cheeseburger in some cases.
Well, also not only that, but it's nice because some of them that have smaller bikes, they can put their clothes. You can just put your clothes for when we get there in the truck and haul it down. Plus, it gives you more room if you want to buy more.
So the ladies can shop and we can haul it back in the truck, is what she is saying. Steve wants to know if we're taking $29.90. I haven't looked at the map, but basically we're going to go north out of St. Joe and then turn west and run straight across to Sturgis. And I think that's 90 that runs across or whatever, but we don't go through Nebraska. We go around it. The last time we went, there was a helmet law in Missouri. This time there is not. So we won't be packing helmets, probably a lot of us. So we won't go through any helmet states if we can avoid it. April, hi. Bowman says, Will, Honey, Bert, and I are traveling to Sturgis together. Can't wait. Yep. Hopefully we'll run into you guys up there somewhere. After Sturgis is another.
Carrie messaged.
Oh, there's Carrie. There is Carrie from the Switchback. You guys rock. We look forward to seeing you over Spring Fling and International Female Ride Day at Switchback. Carrie, I don't know if you were in when we were talking about, but we have already talked about both those events and told you everybody they need to be there. They need to come support Firecracker on International Female Ride Day, whether it's man or woman. She would like their support. Everybody come out, and that she was really excited about you guys inviting her to be a special guest, and so it's going to be a good time at those events. So yeah, if you guys haven't been to the Switchback in Eureka Springs, just on the north side of Eureka Springs, then you need to check them out. It's a great bar. We have a blast there every year. It's always one of my must-dos. There's Jerry, speaking of which, who we met at Switchback Bar. And then I'm going to try and finish the list here. Bike Fest, September 13th to the 15th is when we will be there. The event actually takes place on the 16th also, which is a Saturday. I'm afraid we are leaving on Friday this year because we have an engagement almost kind of set in, it's actually a wedding, not ours, but we have a wedding we have to attend on the 16th. And if she wasn't the mother of the groom, we could probably skip out on it, but we're going to probably be required to be there. So we'll probably leave Bike Fest on Friday sometime. And so I don't know about the meet and greet, how any of that's going to work this year. Maybe we'll do something on Friday, or maybe this year we'll do a ride or something else for people that get there early, or a meetup for dinner, or who knows what. But we will be at Bike Fest, but we are going to have to jet out a little bit early this year. But we will be back at Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue for September 21st to the 23rd. We already have our places booked. We will be staying in Eureka Springs again. We really like staying in Eureka Springs. We've already got our lodging reserved for that. So, Rogers is a cool place. We like going over to the Harley dealer. We went and checked things out last year and stuff, but we love the nightlife and our friends in Eureka Springs, including the Switchback. So that is where we stay. So we got somebody said we have Tokyo in the house. Hello from Tokyo. Well, hello. That's why I ride so my wife can't shop.
Oh, that's just not funny.
You careful, Jay. She'll be having a talk with Shannon, and you'll be buying a bag to strap on the top of that trunk.
I'm pretty good at figuring out how to fit more stuff in the bike.
So Carrie is a cool lady. Love the Switchback Bar. Yeah, they are great people, her and Andy. We got to give Andy props too. Andy's a good dude, man. I like hanging out with both of them. We have a great time. Great place. Hey, Ty. So Tokyo San, I'll trade you some Jack for some Centauri whiskey. I hope I got that right. I didn't butcher it too bad. So BBB lodging is reserved. Did you get in Eureka Springs this time, Jay? And so he's smiling because last year he was kind of a last minute deal on that deal, but he got in there. So Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue again will be off the hook. I know there was a few issues last year that, with Rogers that could have been a little better. And I have every confidence that the team at Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, Tommy Sizemore and all those guys are working on that. He made posts about it. He knows that there was some things that could be better. He also, first time having it in Rogers, had to, maybe make some concessions and some compromises to get things going and the city see what it's like and stuff like that. But I have every bit of, faith that they will work those bugs out, and it's just going to get better and better now that things are getting back on track for Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. So Bowman says, thanks for the lunch in Mobile. Yeah, they got to hang out, and they're, they Carrie's in Arkansas, Mike's from Lake of the Ozarks area, and they got to hang out in Mobile, Alabama. So first time for BBB, I'm staying in Eureka Springs. Oh boy. So Bates is going to be hanging out in Eureka Springs with us next year instead of Rogers. Last year's crew was, I think some of them were in Rogers and some were maybe in Eureka. I don't know, but we're going to make Eureka Springs off the hook.
We probably should have found something with an in-ground pool.
We're going to bring the party. All right. So
That's our list.
That's our list of events. We've got through the events. Now
I haven't picked a date for my annual benefit that I do. And who knows, really haven't found anybody that I need to do one for. I was hoping to find and split it up between like 3 people and get stuff going, but we were going to do a poll, weren't we?
I think we were going to ask you guys for your help. It looks to me like we got 38 people watching this video. We got 9 on Facebook from Riding in the Ozarks, 1 on Firecrackers channel, and 28 on Riding in the Ozarks. So she needs your help. I started to say we, but it's really she. This is kind of her deal on this one. That microphone's showing there. She's been doing charity events for children with cancer the last couple of years. 2 years ago, she raised $13,000 for a family whose little boy had cancer. He lasted about a little over a year from that benefit, and then he passed away. Last year, she did a benefit for another little boy with cancer, and he passed away a couple of weeks before the benefit. But we still did the benefit, and she raised $27,000 last year. So these are pretty significant numbers. I mean, we were 13,000 blew us away. That was more than we were going to be happy if we got 5,000. And she more than doubled that. I don't know if she had any expectations for last year, but I think 27,000 probably exceeded them. So, but that one of the problems we run into when we do these charity events is like this: people want to make donations. And the first time we did it, I took donations through YouTube and PayPal, and then I had to pay taxes on $2,000 of donations because it's going to hit me for taxes, and I have to pay the taxes on that because we're not a charity. So I have to report it on my taxes. PayPal is going to send me a 1099 if it's over $600, and YouTube is going to send me a 1099. I've got to turn in on my taxes. So that was my donation that year, was I paid the taxes on all those.
That wasn't really your donation because you bought stuff at the auction. And stuff.
We just like to tell people. I'm going to turn this light on.
And you donated other stuff. So anyways, to get to the point, I'm trying to start a 501c, and I'm trying to come up with a name for it. So we're going to see if anybody had any suggestions.
And any name you want to suggest is fine, but just so you know, we don't want the name to be so inclusive that people think it's only for motorcyclists or it's only about motorcyclists.
Only for kids with cancer. I mean, I focus more on kids, but I'm not opposed to doing benefits for adults or this or that. But so we're just trying to come up with a name, because that's the first thing I got to do is to come up with a name for it.
Yeah, the first step in getting a 501c off the ground is come up with a name. Rich says the IRS thanks you, Mike. Yeah, I'm sure they do. They thank me every year.
One of the main things is if I do that, then I can, like, when I have a benefit, I can keep like $200 or $300 in there, because I always just buy stuff out of my pocket for the supplies I need for it. I a lot of times, I always am going shopping at the Harley dealer and buying stuff and donating it myself. And then sometimes I buy it right back, but also not only that, if I do a 501c, then I can take credit card payments, because some people, this last benefit, I think we would have raised even way more if I could have taken credit card payments.
The problem with taking credit card payments is, again, somebody's got to pay the taxes on it if you're not a charity. Mm-hmm. So if we can get her a 501c, then we can take credit card payments and we can take electronic payments and things like that. And we won't have to pay part of that money to taxes. And she can raise money separate from the benefits for the 501c to help her with overhead. Like, she paid for all the flyers out of her own pocket. She paid for, insurance for the event out of her own pocket. She spent a lot of money out of her own pocket, and she didn't pay herself anything out of the donations to cover those expenses. And I told her she can't do that forever. She's going to have to find a way to let this thing grow on its own and support itself. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, these big charities, you're lucky if 10% of it ends up in the hands of the people that it's intended for, or that you think it's going to. And, there's nothing wrong with her having a few $100s that she raises funds to cover overhead for advertising or for flyers and, supplies for the event or insurance or things like that. So that's kind of something we've got to work on. Rod says April's Gifts from Heaven. So I think that's a name. So anybody got a name, put it in the chat, put it in the comments would be even better. So we can find it in the comments when we go back to this video. Somebody said she should do something with Firecracker, but she didn't want, like I said, she didn't want people to think it was a biker only thing. So I don't know, maybe Firecracker is still good to do, but you guys tell me what you think. I bet between all 30 plus of you out there, somebody out there's got a better idea than I do. So we don't have a date for a benefit yet this year, and we don't have a name for a 501c. So we need your help with that. And I'm sure we can find someone that we can help. We periodically get requests.
A kid that's in high school that he's been fighting it for years, and he just keeps on. But one of our friends works with his mom and brought it up to her, and she said, "I'd rather you guys. We're fine because somehow I guess they got a business that helped them pay bills or something." But she's like, "I'd rather you use it on people that could really use it." And so they didn't, really need us to do it. So I don't know. We'll see. Depending on how this little boy we're doing the chili and soup cook-off for, how he does and, all that, then that will be an option. But I would like to start doing it to where it's not just one family. And I'm not opposed to trying to help do it to people not even necessarily in our community, so it's just we're trying to work on it, but my biggest thing is trying to get a 501c started. So
Carrie said that cancer sucks. Let us know how we can help. Let's talk, April. So she'll get with you. You guys get back home or whatever. And I know you're playing snowbirds right now. So I guess somebody mentioned earlier about the Road King. So real quick, before I go that far down the rabbit hole, I want to give a shout out here to somebody in here. He's got a very small channel, and he said, "Thanks for watching my videos. We met Crazy Dave's trailer, or Dave's Crazy Trailer. I don't know if it's Crazy Dave or the Crazy Trailer, but we met him at leaving Adam Sandoval's event last year, Stubborn American Rally. And then we saw him again there this year and stuff. And somebody talked him into starting a YouTube channel. So he just does little quick personal videos, kind of showing the progress on his trailer and what he's up to and stuff. But Dave's a great guy. And if you haven't checked out Dave's channel, then you should check it out. Dave, I'd like you to throw a link out there in the chat if you can to your channel, or I'll try and find one for you and throw it in there. So Bikers Helping Others could be a good name.
in most of ours, we do try to do a poker run. So, I don't think that's a bad name but we also have a lot of people from the community too. So that's why I was kind of hesitant on putting bikers, because I don't want people to think it's just things that we do for bikers. Because, with the silent auction stuff we have,
we had thousands of donations from non-motorcycle related businesses and people. And so we just don't want to alienate anyone, because this is really about helping the kids or helping whoever's in need. So we're trying to think of the best way that we can do that without alienating anyone. I just see one there from Bagger that ain't bad, from April's Heart. That's pretty fitting. So, well, let's see. I was going to talk about the Road King, because somebody brought that up early on. I will see if I can pull up this picture here and maybe share it with you guys. Let me get into it real quick. Somebody sent me this, and I think he might still be in the chat. EXO, are you still in the chat? I got tagged on it on Instagram. I'm going to share this over here on the screen. So for you guys that are interested in the 2023 stuff, I'll see if I don't know if I can make that any bigger. There we go. That's a little bigger. So this got filed or got published at the California Air Resources Board, I think in the last 24, 48 hours. Yep. Exoskeletal is here. I believe you were the one that tagged me in this, right? So he tagged me and Matt on this. This came out Now, for you guys that are not familiar, if you didn't see my video a few days ago, somebody sent me a page from a owner's manual for a touring bike, and it listed the models for this year, and the Road King is not listed. The Road King is not listed for 2023 in the owner's manual, which means it's probably not going to be a standard model that's available. They might do a CVO Road King or something still, because that would be a separate owner's manual. It's possible, but it's not going to be an anniversary edition, because the page that I had showed the anniversary editions and it wasn't listed there. So what we have listed is what got leaked by motorcycle.com also, this Electra Glide Highway King. And what we can tell here from the engine size is this is a 114. Yeah, the special is around. The Road King standard is gone. But this is going to be the Electra Glide Highway King, which a lot of people think was kind of the predecessor to the Road King. So it's going to be a 114. That's really all we know from this document, but that indicates that it's going to be there. It was in that book that I had the other day. So the police Electra Glide is still there, but it's got a 114 now. I think the police Electra Glide had a 114 before, and the regular Electra Glide did not. The Electra Glide is gone, and the Road King standard is gone. Mikey Moto says, how much of this do you think is happening to the Road King due to municipalities moving over to BMW? All conjecture, just thoughts. I don't know. I'd have to see the sales numbers. I'm not really sure that BMW is the problem. I hear from somebody that they are working on a Road Glide Police Edition, and that for high-speed chase, the Road Glide's a better choice because it has less buffeting, because there's no windshield or anything attached to the handlebars. And so that there's a push for them to make a Road Glide Police version. So that may be part of what's hurting the Road King from the Police Edition version. I don't know. I rode the Road King a couple years ago on a demo ride. I really liked it. I liked it a lot better than the Fat Boy. I thought the Fat Boy was a fat pig when you tried to put it into a corner. But, that's just my personal opinion. I ride curvy roads. We don't have many straight stretches around here, so I'd have a lot of much use for a new Fat Boy. It's just the back tire is so fat, the thing is really not what I would call nimble at all. So, yeah, the Road King is gone. If you guys are interested in this Highway King, I don't have a video on it, but I am going to tell you another guy here in Missouri, HD Vibe, who has a YouTube channel out of the St. Louis area. He put out a video on this. He saw a bike when he was traveling out of the country that looks like this bike from what we know and stuff. And it looks very similar to what the Electra Glide Highway King looked like. So what we think is this is kind of like the Revival, but it doesn't say if this is a limited edition version or not. But I think it's going to basically be like a Road King Revival style bike. We just have to find out if it's going to be a special edition or a standard model, or, that kind of thing. So I think that's what's up with the Road King. And it's getting the 114 treatment. So it's always possible this could be a 1-year special deal for their 120th anniversary. Maybe this is the bike that they're really going to be like, this is the 120th anniversary bike. We're showing our heritage on a modern platform or something like that. And then maybe the Road King will come back in a year or two with the 114, because right now the Road King standard has a 107. No, Dave, we're not going to make it to Daytona. We mentioned that earlier. Somebody asked. It's not in the cards for us this year. So I think it'd be nice if the HK is more like the Revival. That Hi-Fi Blue is pretty sweet. Yeah, if you elect Exoskeletal, if you haven't seen HD Vibe's video, go check that out. I mean, he actually got some video of this bike. I assume it was in Europe where he was traveling, where you saw it. He thinks it was the prototype for this. So go check that out. You'll enjoy the video. It's not very long. He did a good job on it. So tell him I sent you. So we've talked about events. We've talked about the charity. Has anybody got any questions, or anybody else want to get on the stream? Anybody got any questions about 2023? What's coming up with the launch is tomorrow at 10 a.m. All this rumor mill stuff's going to be put to bed pretty quick. Yeah, you saw that last night, so you've seen the video. Good. Southern Missouri is as crooked as a back alley lawyer. Um, that is true. That's, the only place I know that's got more elevation change and twisties is the Boston Mountains in Northwest Arkansas. So we have some great riding in here. I forget how great the riding is here till I watched videos like Busted Knuckles MC. I watched one of his videos the other day. He did a ride across Southern Illinois, and it was a 15-minute video, and I'm not sure he ever hit a curve. And you can't ride 15 minutes in Missouri and not hit a curve. That's just not going to happen. Not in the parts of Missouri we are in, I should say, anyway. Southern Missouri. I don't know if Outback's still in here, but thank you again for that donation. We appreciate that. We'll go spend that money at the chili cook-off for the little boy. We'll buy something. Or if we don't find anything we want, we'll donate it. Or we'll buy something and then we'll donate it to the next benefit. That's what we do a lot of times. Should we tell them anything else? Should we tell them anything personal?
I don't know.
Do you
What
want
do
to
you
tell
got
anybody?
personal?
What was coming up in the next couple of weeks?
I have no idea what you're talking
You
about.
gonna play dumb? You gonna play dumb? You don't know what I'm talking about. What are we supposed to be doing at the beginning of the month?
Moving in together?
Yeah. So we get this sometimes. People will say your wife. Some people think she's, dumb enough to marry me, but she's really not. But we've been together for 6 years, but we don't live under the same roof full time. We both have had kids in high school. She still has a daughter that's a senior. But if everything goes right and the place is ready, we should be moving into a place together beginning of February.
So let's see if we live to one of us doesn't.
If I suddenly disappear off YouTube and I've never heard from again, I'll make sure a few people know the address so you guys can go out there with dogs and sniff for cadavers. But I don't think she'd be dumb enough to bury me there. I know where she'll bury me. She'd bury me on my own property where the banjos are playing.
Yeah.
Out there in the boondocks. So and I'm going to do my best to stay up with videos on the channel, but they may be lives or they may be short, quick videos because we're going to be moving her stuff and then we're going to be moving my stuff. And that's
and then
a big deal.
Then he'll be back at it.
And I'll be back
He'll
at
be
it.
downstairs working on his videos and I'll be upstairs hopefully working on videos for my channel because we're going to work on that. And I'm putting mine upstairs so I can watch TV and do videos.
She's done a little bit of editing, but I've edited a lot of her videos for her. We do it together when we do hers, but not living under the same roof. It has made it more difficult, especially the last year with her having her daughter full time now. So we don't get under the same roof as much. So we haven't done as much with her channel the last 6-8 months. And and I got the new 360 camera. So I really need help trying to figure out how to edit that. She got a new Insta360 X3. So she gets to see that beard full time. That beard full time is, her deal. I offered to shave it and she doesn't want me to. Our friend Matt said congrats. So
I'm reading them.
All right. Which one, Mikey? So 87, don't let the videos work you. Yeah, I mean, I try. I enjoy doing it, but I also, I try and do a really good job on it. I want to do good content for you guys. So I do put work into it.
He puts a lot of time into it. Don't let him lie to you. It's all the time. I got to work on this video. I got to work on that video. I got all the time.
Well, some people don't realize I have 2 channels and then we have your channel.
Well, but we don't do stuff on my channel very often.
No, but that's going to get busier.
That's what he enjoys doing. So, and when we move in together, he can go downstairs.
I'd rather make videos and do videos than watch TV most of the time, unless I just need a night to veg and let my brain rest. So maybe if Matt, I don't know if Matt was in here earlier when we were talking about the charity and the 501c, but maybe Matt can help us come up with an idea. She's got to come up with she wants to start a 501c, Matt, and we need a name for a charity so she can get a 501c. Then when we take donations for these benefits and stuff, she can, do it tax free. We don't have to about people can pay with credit cards, and we don't have to worry about somebody paying the taxes on all that and all that. So that's part of what we asked for earlier was names for the charity. If we could come up with a name for the charity tonight, that would be a
Well,
win-win.
and one thing I was throwing out there, because I do have a lot of friends that help me with it, and like our local helps me quite a bit too, as far as they come and volunteer to help me and stuff. And I was thinking of putting something Firecracker and Friends something, or
Right, because not everybody that
Rainy
helps.
Quarter April's kids.
Yeah, not everybody that helps us rides. I mean, she, if you can't tell from her outfit tonight, works in a medical field. And sometimes it's people she works with who have nothing to do with motorcycles, but they volunteer to help because it means something to them. So what's the best way to donate to the charity? Well, the best way to donate to
That
the
doesn't say charity. It
channel.
says channel.
Well, to donate to the channel, if you donate on YouTube, they get 30%. So, there's you could do PayPal or you could do Patreon. They don't take as much, but I really, I appreciate anybody that donates to the channel. And I have a membership thing through there, but I think the highest level is $5 and the cheapest level is $1. And that's just for people who want to show their support. If they want to support the channel, I think I might have a give me a coffee link where you can make a one-time donation too and stuff. But if you want to donate, I'd rather you reach out to me and I help you figure out how to donate to the chili cook-off or the charity stuff that she does, because that's more important. Now that I'm 10,000 subscribers, YouTube has a program through what they call giving. You have to be 10,000 subscribers, and then you can raise money on YouTube and it go to a charity, but they have to be a 501c and they have to get approved by YouTube. So if she gets her 501c approved and we can get it through YouTube's, whatever review process and get it approved, then I could do fundraising through YouTube to her 501c and all the money would go there. And she said, hi, Randy. Randy's a good friend of ours. Goes on a lot of rides with us.
He's one of them that are friends that helps me with them. Yes,
he helps with the charity stuff. And he also cooks at the chili cook-off.
He had the hottest chili last time. It was so spicy. A lot of people couldn't eat it.
April's charity drive and ride. That was Chris's idea. So we'll go back and look at these. We'll talk to her friends. But yeah, we really do want to make that happen to get the 501c off this year. And that'll make it easier for her to be more successful at raising money for the kids and stuff. Like I said, we do the camp out thing in June to Uranus, the Licking Uranus ride. We thought we would take donations for that and donate that to like a prostate cancer or something, just because that's pretty fitting for that. Yep. So, I'd love to get t-shirts, and if I can get some sponsors that would cover the cost of the shirts, and maybe I can get somebody, a local company, to print them cheap or for next to nothing or free, or a sponsor to cover that, then we could make some shirts up and then we'd take a donation and you'd get a shirt for being on the ride or something. If we don't get that kind of money, then I may just do poker chips. Poker chips are $1. I can flip the bill for that myself and buy poker chips and have them made and put Licking Uranus ride on one side and the year on the other. And if we do this as an annual event, you could collect a different poker chip every year for the ride.
I could probably get my aunt to make shirts for it.
Okay.
The one that does the cups.
Yeah.
She's doing shirts now too.
So we might do that. We might take pre-orders on shirts or something and get a sponsor to help us with the cost of the shirts and then donate that money to the charity or something. So
I'll get with her on the price.
Anybody got any questions about anything else she wants to talk about? Does anybody want to get in the chat? I can share a link.
Yeah, where's everybody at? Can't believe nobody's gotten in yet.
I guess I should stop sharing that screen now and put us back up main and center. So there's the link. I can have up to 10 people in here. Matt says Firecracker and Friends. And the Firecracker Fund, that might not be bad. Dave says, sounds like a pain in the ass ride. Sounds like it's up my alley. Well, it's going to be a good time. Thank you, Mike and Firecracker. You're welcome. So I'm putting in for vacation so I can make the Licking Uranus ride.
Yay!
That'll be a good time. You guys, it's nice to be able to come back to the campground after we ride. There's a place to have dinner right there. If you want to have a drink, if that's your thing, you can do that, and you don't need to go anywhere. Nobody's got to ride anywhere. We can sit around the campfire and listen to music and tell stories about whose motorcycle's the fastest and all that good stuff, or what, that time I broke down out here in the middle of nowhere on whatever bike, and those kinds of stories, and just have a good time and get to know each other and stuff. And that's really why I wanted to do the camp out. I've done meetups at a rally, but usually when we do that, there's so much going on at a rally. You got 1 or 2 hours. You don't get to say hi to everybody. You don't really get to meet them or get to know them very well. Doing something like this at a campground, I think is a lot more personal, gives you a lot more time to get to talk to everybody. And everybody feels like, if they wanted to come see you, they got to actually meet you and get to know you a little bit, not just to shake your hand and kind of.
Oh, he's asking what the date is for it. It was June.
The date is in June. June 23rd through the 25th. 23rd is a Friday. So you'd book Friday night and Saturday night if you can. Saturday night's when they'll have music. And then we'll be there Friday night and Saturday night. And
they have an saltwater pool, is it?
It's a saltwater in-ground pool.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a guest. Looks like 87's rolling down the road. Can you hear us, Chris?
I got my headset on, but I can hear you.
All right. Where are you traveling at?
I'm making my way back to Troy, Missouri.
All right.
I'm from Chicago.
Up near Chicago. In and out a little bit, but fireside chat with friends is better than therapy. Yes, fireside chats at the campout's going to be great. I don't know, Chris, if you'll be home that weekend, but if you are, you may want to come down and at least do the ride with us, even if you can't camp out. I know you got younger kids and stuff.
Oh, yeah. If I could be back every weekend, I would love to.
Yeah, and the campground is kids friendly. There were other people camping there and stuff. I mean, I can't say what guests are going to do or how they're going to behave, but I mean, the campground is kids friendly. The guests may not be kids friendly, but we'll be pretty good. We'll build our own little fire and have our own little crowd, and we won't raise too much hell.
I let my daughters run around in the woods one day, and I didn't turn my back for a little bit. They ran off in the woods. They followed each other and split down different paths.
All right, Chris, you're cutting out, buddy. I'm going to cut you out of here because we're going to hear about every other syllable. But you be safe on the road there, and we'll talk to you when you get back.
All right.
Firecracker's looking for a charger for her phone. You cannot unplug that black one because that'll disconnect the camera.
It's fine.
All right. So nothing better than camping with bikers. We had a really great time last time. We all know Firecracker will raise hell. She was pretty well behaved at the campground last year.
Well, yeah, because we didn't have a big crowd, and we had our
little group of friends.
Right.
There was about 25 or 30.
And those aren't the friends that I usually raise hell with. A lot of.
So if River Bluff Backers comes down, she'll bring a bottle of moonshine.
I'm sure I'll bring a bottle of moonshine anyways.
But it's and this is I'm inviting everybody from YouTube and Facebook. It's my kind of brainchild, but I'm also going to invite people who are local from the motorcycle community in this area, whether they're in Freedom of the Road Riders, whether they're in ABATE, whether they're a Christian Motorcycle Association, makes no difference to me. I don't care if you're in a club. I don't care what your affiliation is. As long as you're there to have a good time, then you are more than welcome to come hang out. So it should be hopefully a good time. It's a very kind of laid back, mellow vibe. real peaceful, good way to kind of just, chill out and have a fun weekend. And there's some beautiful riding up and down Highway 19 right there along the scenic riverways and stuff. So I'm excited about the launch tomorrow. Is everybody else going to be tuned in at 10 o'clock? I am not sure what that says. Can anybody translate for me?
No.
So Weston Custom says, hello, what's up, buddy? How are you? So
Is anybody else can get in?
I don't know. If anybody else wants to get in, I'll put the link back out there. Mike lets the Ducati guy ride with him. You want to hear something crazy? The Ducati guy is going to let me ride his Ducati. He's going to trade me, and we're gonna mount up the cameras on the Street Glide, and I'm gonna put him on the Street Glide, and I'm gonna get on Ducati, and he's gonna roll around with me and film me riding my first Ducati. And Mike, tell him what that Ducati is, because this is not an old Ducati. This is a new Ducati. When we're going to do that, I think we should do it before the camp out, as soon as it gets warm, because you don't have a lot of fairing or anything on that bike. And, I don't want to ride it when the roads are iffy or anything else, because if I'm going to ride a bike like that with 100 plus horsepower or 150 horsepower or whatever it is, I want to make sure I have good dry pavement that's clean, because I don't want to get crazy, but I also don't want to accidentally have anything happen. So Jay says, I'll be at work, but I'll be listening to the launch. Sports Bikes, Chris says. So Bowman says, 2021 Ducati Street Fighter V4S 208 horsepower. That will be the most horsepower on two wheels that I have ever rode. And I don't know which one of us is dumber, me or him. Me for doing it or him for letting me. But I won't do anything too stupid on it. And I have been on 150 horsepower because I've been on the Pan America. And I did 0 to 100 in less than 10 seconds on it. And that wasn't even in sport mode. Mike, I don't know what your 0 to 100 speed is, but I know it's faster than that. Mike took his bike to Kansas City and raced it on the airstrip here a while back. There's some pretty cool videos he's got on his page of that. So Mike's going to come down and camp with us too, he says. So that'll be a good time. He enjoys. Are you bringing the RV or are you tent camping, Mike?
That one's on there again.
Yes, I still can't read that. I don't know. Sorry, don't. No hable. I'm sure that's not right. That's not Spanish, but still no hable.
Could it be Spain?
I don't know what it is. It looks to me like it's Arabic of some kind, but I don't know. Any translators in here? I'm guessing not. So I don't. Probably bring the toy hauler with the dogs. Yeah, they do. Make sure you check their site. You can bring dogs, but dogs, if they're out, have to be, I think, on a leash, So, and he has some rules posted about that. But just check them and make sure you're all good with that. So, Jay says, 208 horsepower is a lot for two wheels. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to get out and do anything crazy. I'm not a wheelie kind of guy, so I'm not going to go nuts. But I like anything with two wheels. Generally, I like to ride different motorcycles. I like some better than others. I don't know if any of you guys know who John Price is. I know Dan, Ozark HD Riders, knows who John is. John actually called me earlier today. We were talking about some 2023 stuff. And he asked me about the BMW R18 because I got to ride that at Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue and what I thought of it. And I said, everybody wants to say that BMW is coming after Harley or Indian's coming after Harley. Well, I think the reality is BMW is coming after Indian. You got to think of it like how they do boxing matches. You don't get to go after the heavyweight champion until you get ranked second. You got to work your way up to the ranks. And I think that's what BMW is doing. And I think the R18 is a real contender for Indian. I liked it better than the Pursuit and the Challenger. It's a very nice bike. The Boxer engine has a challenge as far as forward foot position and stuff like that. But if you don't care about forward foot position, then it's not a big deal. And there's, I think, some solutions for that. I'm going to do a video talking about my first ride, what my thoughts of it are and stuff. But it's the R18 was a fun bike to ride, and I really liked it. And it really feels like it's a premium product, premium quality. And I don't see them robbing a lot of sales from Harley Davidson unless it's on price. I saw that I heard some stories of some pretty deep discounts at the end of the season, and stuff like that. So there may be a few people who are shopping on price, and that might be a reason to buy the BMW instead of the Harley. But I can see if you're a rider who doesn't want a Harley for some reason, you're mad at Harley for whatever reason, and you're shopping for a bike between the Indian and the BMW, I would say that the BMW would be my pick. The R18 is bigger in person than it seems on video. I rode the bagger version, and it did not feel small. It felt like what a touring bike should feel like, a premium touring bike. Really liked it. What am I most excited to see tomorrow during the Harley event, or at least hoping to see? Well, can't fit people on the R18. Can't fit people on the R18. When I bought my Indian, I went to the store for the R18. Nope. So yeah, I mean, it may depend on your ergonomics and what fits. You can't fit big people. Sorry. Well, I don't know what's big. I'm not probably big, although I might be a little chubby. So I can't speak to if it's my 215-pound, 5'9" frame. Fine for me, felt comfortable. But ergonomics is one of those things that's subjective. What some people like, other people don't like. So I try and talk about ergonomics, but I can only speak to them to what I like. It's really very subjective. Some people like mid controls, some people hate them. Firecracker loves forward control. She doesn't like it. So yeah, 6'2", 280. So yeah, you're a little bigger than me, buddy. So yeah, I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't argue it with you. What am I most excited? Well, or at least hoping to see. I'm interested to see if this Highway King is a limited edition version of a bike, or if it's a 1 year, production Road King, but for 1 year only, maybe, or something. I don't think the Electric Glide Highway King is going to be a permanent addition to the lineup. I think it's probably a 120th anniversary celebration bike. I just don't know if it's going to be a limited edition or not. And I suspect it probably is, kind of like the Revival, but it may not be the Icon model this year. They may still do an Icon model. Owned a lot of different brands in my youth because I could afford them, but I always wanted a Harley. I'm hoping the new Sportster S will get the younger version of me in the HD saddle. I rode the Nightster, and I like the Nightster ergonomics better than the Sportster S. If they do a 1250 Nightster, that would be really cool. I don't know that I don't see them doing that at launch, but maybe by the end of the year they'll have one in the works. I know we're going to get a Nightster S, which I think is just going to be a Nightster with the electronics and the suspension, safety aids, that kind of stuff, the traction control and cornering and things like that. That's on the Sportster S. So I think we'll get the rider safety enhancements and the speedometer stuff on the Nightster S. I'm not real excited about that. I like the Nightster, but I'm not real excited about that. Probably what I was looking forward to most was the Pan America 975. I know this, I discovered this bike back in April on a parts sheet before motorcycle.com even came out with it. I had a video out about it, and I was really excited about that. When they announced the Pan America, before it was officially announced, I said, I hope they're already working on a middleweight version. And I think they were, and I think they have been, but I'm really interested to see if they launch it or not. It was supposed to be a 2022 version, and I'm hearing people making comments that claim they're in the know, and they're saying that the bike's not going to come out, that things have changed. That's why it didn't come out in 2022. And for whatever reason, it's not going to come out as it was intended. So maybe they couldn't get the weight and the specs where they thought they needed to compete in the middleweight category. I said weight was going to be a real challenge for them. So maybe they're not doing it because they're going back to the drawing board and trying to find a way to shave some pounds off or fix some things to get it right, the way they think they need to be competitive. the Pan American 975 was probably the bike I was looking forward to the most, or that I wanted to see the most. This, Highway King is interesting. I'm definitely interested to see what it is. Not too much else really interests me right now. There's not anything else. If there was anything that Harley was going to come out with that I would probably go spend my money on right now, would probably be a Pan America 975. I've got a touring bike. I don't know that I need a soft tail for anything. I've got an older Dyna that I need to put back together, and that will solve my little local afternoon or cruise back and forth to work kind of bike on. The Pan America could do that for me as well. It's something that's lighter than the 900-pound bagger that I'm, riding back and forth to work when I choose to ride it. So
You're gonna have my Dyna to ride.
she said I could ride her Dyna once we move in together, but I can't ride it till then. She doesn't let me take it out when I want to. Road King RT is what I'm looking forward to most. So Road King RT, I think is that supposed to be ST? I'm not sure what Road King RT is, Jay. Probably farting in the wind though. I sold the Road King to buy the Indian for the same reasons. Too small, but there aren't as many dudes moving controls from forward to mid unless it's a smaller bike, non-bagger. Indian frame is bigger. That could be why 5.9 didn't work on the Pursuit. It wasn't the frame. I just, for one, I absolutely detest the clutch. Where we did the demo rides are on a hill, and I have told them for 2 years the clutch sucks. There's no friction zone, and it's not just me. There were other people stalling the bike out, trying to get out and get up the hill because they couldn't find the end of the friction zone because it's all the way out, and they were struggling with it.
Well, that one kid just didn't need to be riding a bike that big anyways.
Yeah. But, and that's personal. Clutch is another personal feeling thing. Some people like cable. Some people like hydraulic. I just have so far, I really didn't like the clutch on it. The windshield moving up and down didn't do much for me. The power is okay. I mean, power is something you can buy. You can buy a stage 2 and you can get the same kind of power. Water cooled is not something I'm particularly a fan of. That's another thing I've got to maintain or worry about if it has a problem that I'm broke down. I mean, I blowed an air cooled Harley up and rode it 45 miles home with it knocking like hell. So had the engine come apart and it, is knocking, the wrist pin broke and stuff. So I don't know. If the Pan America is water cooled, I would buy it, but the Indian didn't present enough reason for me to move from my Street Glide. I really like my Street Glide. I haven't found anything that I like better. So personal, again, it's got to be what you want. So my old 96 DR 350 is a ton of fun. I've got a DR 650 and I like it, but it just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's the bike I want to keep. I ride it very little. It's a good bike. There's nothing wrong with it.
The seats suck.
Well, the seat's like a board with a piece of leather strapped over it. But a lot of those bikes are like that. But it just, something about it, personality wise, doesn't excite me to ride it. It's a tractor. It's got a nice slow pull. It does great in the dirt. It's lightweight, but it just doesn't. Yeah, I'm a Street Glide stud. That's my boy Jeff in the chat there. I wondered if he was going to make it in here tonight. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking any brands. Everybody has personal preference. You like what you like. I like what I like. We rode the Roadmaster. We've rode the Challenger. We rode the Chieftain. She's rode with me on them on the back. She's rode her own. She's rode the Scout. She's rode the Chief. It just didn't do it for me. The R18 probably did it for me more than anything Indian offered that I rode. So you want a Road King ST, Jay? I got you now, buddy. That's what I thought you meant. It's not in the book, so I don't think you're getting it, but you just, maybe another year. You keep fingers crossed. Street Glide stud. That's my boy Jeff from the Cat House. Let everybody in here. Let's give Cat House a big hand because they put on the #1 biker bar in Arkansas. We will. I was plugging all the events earlier, Jeff. You missed it. We talked about Spring Fling and how you got to come party with us at the Cat House. We'll be down there April 20th to the 23rd. Jeff is a big man behind that scene. He's got a lot of people working with him, helping him get it done. But, he's a big part of why that event exists and why it's so much fun. So, Randy, of course, says you can't beat a king. Well, you can except with the Street Glide. We'll be arguing that later. Randy's a good friend of mine. I like Randy. So I'm just giving him a little hell. He rides an Ultra too. So, it's all good. We all have our preferences. I'm not one of those guys that gets into, debates or about why my bike's better than your bike. I just flat like my bike better than other bikes. That's all. Jeff says firecracker makes you look sexy. I think we could just, take that whole makes you out and the firecracker looks sexy part would be probably a more accurate statement. But Jeff, if you wasn't in here earlier, we let the cat out of the bag and let a few people know. First of the month, 2 more weeks. If everything goes right, we should be moving into a place together. So then she's going to have all this sexy underneath the roof with her all the time. She's going to have full-time beard. Full-time beard access. She can just reach over and stroke it whenever she wants.
We'll see how long it lasts.
She may kick me out on the curb. I may be sleeping in the garage with that sexy Street Glide. Hello from Wisconsin. Been to the Cat House. It's an absolutely great place. Hey, Jeff, rumor has it it's Rod's birthday. Rod was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, if he's out celebrating his birthday. But, rumor has it it's Rod's birthday. You remember Rod. It's his birthday everywhere he goes. So there's our buddy Lloyd, man. Lloyd's off, must be pulled in, taking a break. He's one of them guys that's pulling all them goods up and down the highway for us, too. So Jeff says Jeff is a genuine dude. No doubt about that. Yay. So
repeat about the new people in there about the name.
So one of the goals we'd like tonight, you guys, if you've been following the channel, know we do some charity work. She does most of the work and I just blab my mouth because that's what I'm good at, apparently. So anyway, she is wanting to take her charity work to the next level, and that means starting a 501c. So we can get more donations if we're a 501c. She can. She can also take credit card payments and not have to pay taxes on those credit card payments, things like that. So there's some genuine advantages to getting a 501c set up. So if any of you guys out there have a good suggestion for a name, we're looking for inspiration for a name for her charity. Biker names are okay, but we don't want it being limited too much to bikers because we don't want to alienate other people. We have people that help with this that are not in the biker community.
Well,
and it's not just for bikers, it's for whoever's in need.
But if you think about the other ones here, there's Boating for Buddies and there's Backroading for a Purpose. So they kind of put theirs towards that. But
right. They target a specific market.
So
the boating market or the off-roading market.
Right.
And we can target the biking market by doing a biker name. We just didn't want to alienate people that come to the event or that ask for help thinking that if they're not a biker that they can't get help or get things they might need.
Jonesy's Rides.
What is up, Scott? My buddy Scott's in the chat. Rumor has it Lloyd just got to Ontario, California. I'm sorry about your
I'm going to
luck.
have to ride with him sometime when he goes to California.
You know what? Next year, when you have the week off between Christmas and New Year's, you should just have Lloyd take you out for the whole week. You could ride with him for the whole week, wherever he wants to go.
I want to go spend time in California.
Well, you'll get to spend time at the truck stop in California.
Maybe I'll just fly out there and have
you'll spend a couple days.
What's our friend? I forgot.
Jaron.
Jaron pick me up and
hang out with you. You could do that. Maybe Lloyd would bring you back on the truck with him, and then you wouldn't have to pay for a flight back. You could get a one-way ticket. I need to get back up in your guys' area this year. Come to any of these events. They've all been posted on my Facebook page. They're pinned. I'm going to be working on improving that and trying to get some links in there and stuff. But I threw this up quick today so people would know what events. That's Scott. Scott, what are you drinking tonight? Because I'm betting you are drinking something. I've got a little Jim Beam and Coke in here myself.
I'm being good and drinking Diet Coke.
We'll do a shout out. Everybody tell me if you're drinking what you're drinking tonight. 6'3", 332 big. I don't know. Look out. Look who's looking forward to seeing you at the rally this year. He's got a set of handcuffs with your name on them. If you guys have not seen the video where Firecracker got arrested in front of the CAD house, there's a video out there, and Michael would be one of the stars in that video. He was great for playing along with us for recording that for the video. It was very funny. We really appreciate it. He helps keep everybody safe and make sure we all have a good time at events there in Eureka Springs. So thank you, Michael. Missouri Helpers on Two Wheels, Lloyd says. That's an idea for a name.
Yeah. You're going to go back and write all these down for me, right?
I'm going to go back and play this for you to go through and write them down while I work on videos. I like to do the fun part. Jeff says, kudos, Firecracker. This world needs more like you. Well, that's for sure. JS, you got a two back from Jonesy. Mike Bowman says, vodka cranberry. Well, that's good. That's good enough for me. I'll drink to that. It doesn't take much for me to drink to something.
I figured I better take a break. The last, 3 weekends I've been hitting it hard.
Yeah, the last couple of weekends I've been designated driver. I mean, like designated driver. Last Saturday I had 2 drinks the whole night. We were there 7 hours, and I had 2 drinks in 7 hours that we were there. We got there by 6 o'clock, and we didn't leave till 12:30.
And I didn't want to leave.
You didn't want to leave there.
I don't ever want to leave.
And then the weekend before that, I drank soda the whole night because I was chauffeuring her and her niece, and we were hanging out with her aunt and her cousin. So anytime, guys, always have fun. Yeah, Michael was very fun to hang out with and do stuff with down there. He has a great sense of humor. Him and his buddies were eating breakfast one morning, and Firecracker was outside visiting for a second, smoking, and I came in and saw them all. So I told him she was getting ready to come in. He needed to, stand up and get his handcuffs out when she came in. And sure enough, they all played along. She walked in the door, and he stood up and reached for his handcuffs. He's like, oh, no, not again.
And what did he tell me he'd do for me?
What did he tell you?
He told me he'd put his handcuffs on you and tase you and take you down to the thing to get a marriage license and then down to get married.
Yeah,
so,
see how he's going to
look out.
There's no bros before hoes in him, let me tell you. So my high school friend is 6'3" and 300, and he rocks a wide glide. Yeah, I've got a buddy about that size, not quite that tall, but he rocked a wide glide when we first started riding together. Got to run. Thank you, Wessons, for staying in and chatting with us. Carrie says, just saw Jeff joined us, poured myself a whiskey. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. So Jim Beam, honey, and Bud Light. That's a good collection. I like that combination. Sweet tea and whiskey in the glass tonight, Jay says. That'll work too. That promise still stands. Just saying. You bro, man.
We don't need that. We're good.
We're all right. We don't need that yet anyway. We might get there.
As he takes a drink. Let's see how
we'll see how living together works. So homemade Big Shine. So Lady of the Ozarks charity.
That's not bad either.
Scott might have a winner there. There's a lot of good ones in here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to write them down, and
we'll have to write them down.
I think I'll take them back to our group and let them help me kind of.
Y'all be good. Out for dinner. Thanks for hosting tonight. Yep. Matt says, any bike fits any person with a little customization. A friend of mine rides a 2008 Fat Boy, and he's 6'10". Well, and that's true. I mean, some bikes are easier to customize than others too. My dad's 6 foot, and he's recently started riding a trike. His knees are really bad, and riding 2 wheels. He still owns some Springers. I mean, he hasn't gotten rid of them, but he doesn't ride them anymore. And his concerns, he dropped one of them one time because his knee gave out when he was at a stop. And, he was looking at Gold Wing trikes and other trikes, but he ended up with a V-Rod trike of all things, but it fit him better. But, some things are easier to customize than others. And Harley is really great for the customization thing. So much aftermarket support there. You can do a lot of cool stuff. and a lot of people fab and do things for Harley that just maybe doesn't, that culture in the Gold Wing world doesn't inspire people to do that. So Tim says, good night. More snow on the way for us. Hopefully I'll get down and meet you all this summer. We'd love to meet you. Come out to one of these events. For me, it's going to be easier to get my Camaro project started than it will be stripping down the Softail. Randy said toothpicks and Mountain Dew and trucking. So Randy's on the road, it sounds like. Jeff said, thanks for all you do. Well, that goes both ways, buddy. I don't know, Jeff, if you saw my post earlier, but I made sure I tagged you in my list of events, and I tagged our friend at Schmidt Law Firm, because it's people like you that, that take obstacles out of our way to make it easy for us to come and attend events and to, be at these things and experience them, without support from places like the Switchback and the Cat House and Schmidt Law Firm and stuff, we wouldn't get to do all the events that we're doing. And they're helping us. If we did do them, we'd be flat broke at the end of the year, so people are just genuinely good and want to help. And, like what you do with the house for us, a place to stay at during Spring Fling is amazing. It makes it really easy for us to come and enjoy the event and share that event with everybody else and stuff. And it's absolutely a great time. So, and I'm trying to talk Travis to coming back. He needs another shot from whatever that gal's name was. Do you remember who was the one that gave him the shot?
No,
She's working the little bar, the new bar during BBB. But yeah, we have a great time. Hey, Flying Unicycle, how are you tonight? 2022 Gold Wing is a spaceship. Maybe see you at the 120th in Milwaukee. I'm only 70 miles from Milwaukee. We would love to go to the 120th. The camera's focusing on her instead of me. I don't know what's up with that. There we go.
I didn't move.
But I don't know if we'll make the 120th. We'd like to, but it's just going to be really hard with vacation days unless something changes. Dealer network and parts, 1,000% better than anybody in the world. On our way out to California, I was pointing out all the HD dealers along the way. Peace of mind on a long trip. And I talk about that a lot of times. People don't understand that, BMW, regardless of how good their bike is, there's 2 dealerships in Missouri. Harley's got 10. There's 5 times as many dealerships. There's 5 many times as opportunities to work a deal with the dealer. There's 5 times as many opportunities to get your bike serviced somewhere along a trip. There is 5 times the inventory to choose from because you have 5 different dealers you can go shop at, or 5 times as many dealers. For me to shop for BMW, it's go to Kansas City or St. Louis. So, and, I rode some GSs. I rode the R18. So, it was Vanilla and Mo. I think it was Vanilla, wasn't it? Or was it Mo?
I have no idea.
One of them, one of those two is the one that gave Travis the shot. But Jeff always has, great entertainment, just like having the Cat House girls there for the events. Brings them to Stubborn American Rally. He supports motorcycle events in general. He's a big part of putting on Spring Fling and the events that get put on during BBB and Eureka Springs and stuff. And he supports our culture. So that's why I like to support and promote people like Andy and Carrie and Jeff and Angela, Schmidt Law Firm and stuff, because they are part of what's keeping our culture alive. They're doing the hard work that goes into that, having events for us to come to. Jay says Mo Ray. Mr. G is in the house. Hello, everyone. No Indian dealership in Montana. Not even anywhere in the state, huh? Wow. No people in Montana. Oh, I think there's a few there. I think they got a TV show up there anyway. More sheep than people. So, hey, there's Stevie, the Harley Insider. What's up, Mr. and Mrs. Ozarks? That's going to be your new name. We're going to rename your channel Mrs. Ozarks.
No, you're not.
So, just talking, about events that are coming up, a little bit about 2023 Harley Davidson launch tomorrow. I know some people are going to be doing some live streams tomorrow night. I will not be on any of them. We have plans tomorrow night, so Unless I get a video done tomorrow day after the launch, mine won't come out till Thursday or Friday. I won't be on any live streams tomorrow night, but I know Pro Monkey and Bry the Biker and Baggers and Brews are doing a live stream, and they're going to be doing a recap. And I'm sure there's some other channels doing recaps. So for everybody that's dying to hear other people's opinions on the 2023 lineup and what happens tomorrow, make sure you go out and support those other channels and watch their videos. I know Stevie's been taking a little bit of a break because it's so cold up there. He said couldn't do much else. He's up in Canada, so way up there. I like this. Miss Ozarks is a solid start to a charity name, though. So, Stevie, do you got any plans for the 2023 stuff tomorrow or this week? Are you doing any kind of, lives or anything on it? I know you're the king of lives, man. First live I ever got drunk on was with you, your channel, 3 years ago, pretty close to the day, probably. I was still a young YouTuber with only a couple hundred subscribers. I'm hoping that live has been taken offline at some point between then and now. No, man, I'll catch up with yours, mate, when it's out. Well, appreciate it. I'll try and I got some flex time. So tomorrow after lunch, I may sit down and try and record something and post something if I can before we go out to our event tomorrow night. We've got date night on Wednesday nights. So
It's not really a date night because it starts.
Well, that was Wednesday nights are our date night, but in the winter we spend our date night on a dart league throwing darts at the Moose Lodge and supporting it. So we had a good time, man. Thanks for saying that. But king of the live streams, yeah, we do had a good time. So it was fun. I won't forget it. I got in trouble. That's the next day when you had to come find me because my phone was dead and you couldn't get me and I didn't show up where I was supposed to be because I was hungover.
Yeah.
It's one of those stories.
Who was that with?
That's with the military biker,
Oh.
Stevie. Yeah. She came storming
Yeah.
in the house like 10 o'clock in the morning looking for me because she couldn't get me on the phone because
It was past 10 o'clock. You were
Oh.
supposed to be there at 10.
I didn't show up where I was
And I
supposed to
started
be.
calling you at 10.
I was passed out because after the live stream at till 3 in the morning drunk, I went straight to bed and didn't put my phone on the charger. So yeah, we'll have to get you back on the show. Yeah, I'm a little more experienced. I hold my live streams a little better than I did when I first started.
Well, and it won't be as bad because we'll be in the same house, so I'll know where he's at and not have to worry. And that way, if he's supposed to do something, I can just go in there and throw water on him and kick him in the ass.
So, yeah. Anybody got any questions? Anybody else want to get on the stream? I'll throw if anybody else wants to get in, I'll throw a link out there again. I feel like we're just blabbering on. XAN bikers in the house. Hey there, Mike. Military bikers, all smileys and laughs. He thinks it's funny that he got me in trouble with my old lady. That sounds like something a Scouser would do.
I don't hold a grudge for too long.
Oh, there's our buddy Kyle, man. I bet Kyle's as excited for tomorrow as I am. This wonderful man here in the chat, writing in the Ozarks Rocks, he says, is Kyle Johnson, the general manager at the one and only Pig Trail Harley Davidson, who puts on and helps support all those great events down there in Rogers that we love to go to. Help support all those things during, Spring Fling there in Eureka Springs. They have a little store over there in Eureka Springs as well. He's also where Firecracker picked up her Sport Glide at. So we love Kyle. Kyle is a great friend to the channel and to us, and we appreciate him. And, Kyle, they asked me what I was most excited for in the launch tomorrow. I think you would be a better person to ask that question. What are you most excited to see in the launch tomorrow or looking forward to seeing? I said the Highway King, whatever Harley's going to do with that thing is going to be interesting. We know it's coming, but we don't know if it's a limited edition model or if it's going to be a all year long model. Kind of my theory is that's maybe a special 1 year only model that they'll do for their 120th anniversary. This will be the only year they'll offer it, even if it's not an icon model. That's my guess. Another great event is TMMR at Loretta Lynn's in Tennessee in April. Yes, Our problem is we don't have enough money and enough time off to go to all the things we'd like to. Evil Rick says, "Hey Mike, hey Zan, long time. Looking forward to meeting you Saturday or in St. Louis, February 11th. We will be there. We'll be rolling around the event, filming and stuff, but we'll definitely be there. You want to know something's really cool about the event for Cycle Showcase? I don't think he's been in the chat tonight, but I shared a link for the Cycle Showcase. They were giving away tickets, and somebody who follows my channel entered and won the free tickets to go to Cycle Showcase. So that was really cool. They messaged me like, "Hey, I want to meet you and say thank you because I got free tickets because of the link you shared." So Kyle says anniversary colors are always exciting, which is true. And then he said, "I'll give you my opinion on new after releases." So on the new, so he'll give me his opinion, what he thinks after the releases, I guess. So maybe if he wants to shoot me a message tomorrow or give me a call and tell me his opinion or whatever else, we'll talk about that. That'd be cool. So I don't know. I mean, there's been, I think, really Harley Davidson and the dealers, including Kyle and them. I don't know how much he knows or doesn't know, and that's his business. But they've done a good job for the most part of keeping things under wrapped until the carryover models came out. Since the carryover models came out, there's been a few more leaks, a little more information has been accessible. I know a dealer put pictures up of the freewheeler, and my understanding is they weren't supposed to. I think those have been pulled now, but I've saw them. The video I did last night about the Road King, that came from information that was inside an owner's manual for a 2023 that someone bought. So getting those carryout models out that early and people buying them also may lead to a little bit of information leak. So it'd be interesting to see if Harley continues to do that. Like this. I don't know if I believe that, Kyle. Kyle says I know less than you at this point. Sometimes I know things Kyle doesn't know. Sometimes that doesn't mean he knows less than me by any means.
So Kyle will have to in April go see him and show him my bike.
Yeah, Kyle. If you can get over to Eureka Springs, that'd be great. But if not, we'll try and run over to.
We are not going there, not going to the dealership.
You mean you're not going over there, not going shopping at the dealership?
Right.
Is what she's trying to say. So, Kyle, she's planning on bringing the Sport Glide over for you to see in person when we come down at Spring Fling so you can see what it looks like a year later. Because it was February when you bought it, but we went back for Spring Fling, and that's when you got the other tire on and all that. So that'll be basically a year from when you really started riding it and customizing it. So, looking forward to seeing the new paint. Yeah, he's seen a sneak peek. I told you so. But we started putting it together this weekend, Kyle. So it's getting there. So Zan's only 90 minutes from downtown St. Louis on the Illinois side of the river. So he's 90 minutes from downtown on the Illinois side. So he could be out past. Well, he'd probably be out past Belleville or somewhere out that way, further out. Or else he'd be further south, maybe down around Cape. I don't know which way he is from downtown, whether he is, south or more due east. But I'm guessing based on the fact he says on the Illinois side of the river, he's probably more south toward Cape in that area. Zan, are you riding to St. Louis? South. Yeah, he's south. That's what I figured by the comment. I guess, talking about what I'm most interested in and stuff like that, I'm really, if the Pan American 975 doesn't get mentioned, doesn't get talked about, is just gone and doesn't get anything from it at launch, then I really want to know what the story is with it and why it didn't happen. That's what I find interesting. I mean, for me, as a content creator and as someone who's interested in the adventure bikes and that segment in the industry, is it, not meeting the marks that they thought they could or what? So
professional monkey.
Yeah, I'm about to put that comment up just across the river of about 40 South. So what the hell is going on here? A bunch of damn hooligans. Only because you joined the party. I'll throw you a link if you can get on. If you got time to grace us with your presence, Mr. Monk. Oh, Mr. Monk. Mr. Monk. By the way, I think my buddy Bates, he was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here. I think he sent you a message today. Me and him were talking, and he was just trying to figure out maybe what your schedule is for Cycle Showcase. There's a pre-party thing on Friday night, and there's a party on Saturday night, and some of that stuff. But he wanted to have some time to hang out with you and get to meet you. So we were just trying to figure out maybe what your agenda was like, so we could try and coordinate. Because I think you're going to be the celebrity of the event. Pan American might get disappeared like the Bronx. The Pan American 975, yeah, that might be the deal. Monk says, I can't, bud. Got to go sack out with my lady. Well, I can see that. I can see why you'd turn me down for her. So can't blame you there. You said, yeah, we chatted. All right. Well, he'll let me know what's up. I just want to make sure you guys message. Sometimes people, if they don't really know you, to go to your, message request box on Instagram or whatever. So go monkey go. Pan American 975. Monk says, ha, me a celebrity. You're a St. Louis native, man. You're the biggest content creator I know of from the St. Louis area. Even if you transplanted south, you're still from St. Louis. You still got Missouri blood in you. So you still know what the Ozarks and St. Louis scene's all about. So caging it to St. Louis. Yeah, we're caging it too. We'll probably have multiple people going. So I think we're, taking half a truckload up and maybe a truckload back. I don't know.
It's just me and you going
I thought
up.
Vonnie was going with us up.
Oh,
Kevin
she
there.
might. I forgot.
Yeah, so we got three of us or more going up. And you say excited to visit home. Yeah, and that's probably why he asked, because he didn't want to interfere with your visits with home plans. And we're all going to be at the same motel, so we can always just drink Old Smoky while we're at the hotel, because I'm bringing a fresh bottle. And I know you're flying
Thanks
in.
to your girlfriend.
You can thank Firecracker when you're feeling like shit after drinking Old Smoky with me all night, because she is the one that bought me 2 bottles of salted caramel for Christmas. So I'm saving one just for this event, bringing a fresh bottle. And hey, there's Holler Moto. There's another KC boy. So what's up, man? E-list celebrity, but still a celebrity. And thank you, he says. So, all right. I'm staying at Union Station. Okay, well, we'll figure all that out. I know we're staying at the same motel, so I don't know I know you had family you were going to be meeting for drinks and stuff, so we'll figure that out. We can do that offline. Steve will shoot me a message, or I'll shoot you a message or something. We'll work it out. We got time. We still got 2 or 3 weeks for that happens. So I'm excited about Cycle Showcase, though. I mean, like I said, I've seen pictures, and the more they start showing stuff. Did you see, Monkey, the post he did about the sissy bars? They got a collection of 30 sissy bars. They had 30 different builders build custom sissy bars, and they're just going to have on display 30 different ones. They're 30 unique takes on making a custom sissy bar. I'm sure, like anything else in the world, if the money is right, it's for sale. The very few things are not for sale.
Because you remember,
if the
I wanted
price
some
is right.
like those for the Dinah. They'll be too expensive for me to buy. I got other things to pay for.
Mm-hmm. Like me. Sure enough. So one of them is a guy 15 minutes from my house. One of the builders. So biggest thing to leave St. Louis besides the Rams. Same. I'm kind of thinking that, Monkey leaving St. Louis might be a bigger deal than the Rams, at least to some people. Quality handmade. Yep. Talking about the sissy bars.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we find the event info for the events you're attending? So I am working on having links for that 23 event list. I've got to find a time to rewrite it and get all the links together. I've got them in a sheet, but I'm going to try and find a way to put them into a post where you can click on a link and it'll take you to that particular event. Of course, the only one I won't have will be like Sturgis as an actual event. What I'll do there is just link to the Sturgis website where they have all kinds of events. The Sturgis is so big, there's no one website that covers it all. Jeff says, see you guys at Spring Fling 2023. See you. All right, Jeff, we love you guys. Tell Angela we said hi, and we can't wait to come see you at Spring Fling, and we'll talk before then. I need to probably, give me a shout out sometime when you can talk a few minutes about accommodations, because I've been getting questions from a few channels, and I don't want to say the wrong thing or make any promises. So you holler at me and we'll figure it out. Jeff says, we got to grow the Mid-America Freedom Rally big enough so Pro Monkey can't resist coming. So that would be good. That'd be cool. I'd like to have Monkey come to the Freedom Rally. He likes Smokeout. He would like the Freedom Rally. I can't turn this damn top chat thing off. I don't know what the top chat thing is. See, I can't even turn it on, much less turn it off. Is it listed on CycleFish? I do not know if Mid-America Freedom Rally is listed on CycleFish. It is on Facebook. I know it was on CycleFish last year. It's, if you find the stuff for last year, it's going to take you to the same thing. It's just going to be Memorial Day weekend this year. But it's usually on CycleFish. Jay says, see you in April, Jeff. Monkey says, top chat versus all chat. Well, I'm in StreamYard, so I don't have that option. I can't see other people. It's a new YouTube thing. I have the YouTube chat open here. Does anybody know how to turn off what he's talking about? Top chat versus all chat? Because I don't see any options for it in my chat. Maybe it's a new feature on your account that nobody else has got. Because sometimes YouTube will roll that out. Yeah, it's not me, but I just didn't know if there was. Oh, it's on the phone. I'm on the phone is the problem. Well, I hope you're not laying in bed with Miss Monkey on the phone watching, live streams when you could be doing other things. So, Evil Rick says Pro Monkey is not showing up on my chat either. I don't know if it's it must be some new thing. Do you have anything when you do chat on the phone there?
I'm not looking at that right now.
She's looking at CycleFish to see if our event's listed for
the Freedom Rally.
Rally.
Oh,
I assume that's the one that he was asking about.
I thought he meant for.
Well, I know our campout's not listed on there.
No, I meant for the St. Louis thing.
Oh, I don't know. I can't. CycleFish, normally you put your events on, so that would be up to them to put theirs on. Sometimes people put other people's stuff on there, but using you to get fired up.
I messed it. It's not easy to look on the
Phone.
phone.
So mine is disabled also. I don't know what's
What are
going
they
on.
looking at?
Freedom Rally listed on Adams Motorcycle Destination. Is Freedom Rally listed on Adams Motorcycle Destinations? I don't know. I can't say, Jay. But you can submit it. Feel free. I'm just getting ready to get the flyer for the Freedom Rally finished. I know it's only like 4 months away, but we don't have a flyer finished yet because we just finished booking our bands Saturday night. So I usually don't do the flyer till after I got all the bands so I can put them on there. Hey, looky here. Look who's in the chat. Can't wait to get back to Eureka Springs, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's our friends from Witchcraft Cycle Works. That'd be Bill and Ray, or Bill or Ray, one of them, or both. I refreshed because I thought it was on my end. Doesn't look like it is. Apartment 223. What's up, everyone? Big day tomorrow. That's right. It is. Hit the X button on the top, and the top chat will disappear, and it will just show the live stream. So hit the X button, Monk. If you're still there, you're still with us. On the right by the X, there's the little sliders. So we're getting schooled here by the young kids.
See, I don't have an X, so I don't know what they're talking about.
I am not on the phone, so I am trying to see events for Missouri. I'm going to narrow it down to Missouri on Cyclefish and see if I can find anything for the Freedom Rally. The Ozark Rides Rallies on there, the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, and the KC Motorcycle Swap Meet. So, no, we need to get the Freedom Rally submitted to Cyclefish.
Is the St. Louis thing on there?
In February, Annual Cycle Showcase STL. That is on Cyclefish. So that one's on there. And so is
What's that?
Ozark Rides Rally.
Missouri.
That's Going.
Oh, okay.
Going
That's right,
Riders.
I
Spring
just see
Fling.
notes HB. 8th annual. Oh, that's ATV. I don't want ATV.
All right. Bill and Ray, what's up? Jay says. So, Jay, if you come to the camp out, Bill and Ray are on the list of attendees. Oh, man, we got another celebrity in the chat here. Looky there, popping in here like he's just sliding in here. What's up, Mr. and Mrs. Riding in the Ozarks and all the side chat? That is our friend Ryan from Full Throttle Hog. What's up, Ryan? You doing all right out there on the West Coast, brother? I was just talking about Old Smoky a minute ago with the monkey because we're doing the Cycle Showcase next month, and I've got a fresh bottle of Old Smoky whiskey for that. Ryan's had Old Smoky whiskey with me at Adam's place in Stubborn American. So, yeah, we're just hanging out. We were talking about events that we're doing this year, things that are going on, rallies we're going to. I'm going to have my own little mini camp out event. So, Ryan, if you decide you want to come to the Ozarks in June and camp out, we're going to have this awesome little camp out at a little campground. Believe it or not, it's been raining for 3 freaking days. That sucks. But it's not been snowing, so you'll be okay. Smoky, Old Smoky salted caramel. That's right. 3 days. I'm up in the North Bay. It's been 3 weeks here. So
I'm probably going to get ready to go home.
Firecracker's going to leave me at 9 o'clock because she's going to turn into a pumpkin.
No, I got to unload stuff out of my car.
Yeah, she's got stuff to do still. When we get moved in together, then we won't have this problem. It won't be that she's going somewhere else. It's just she's tired of being on the live stream and she's going to go read a book or something. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up then and stuff. I'm glad everybody came out for the stream tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in, hanging out with us. It's been fun. Next time maybe we can get somebody to be a special guest. Well, we got to get moved into the new place before we start scheduling lives, but we do plan on doing at least one live a month. Once we get settled in together and stuff, and we have that, we'd like to do more lives, probably at least once a month, maybe near the beginning of the month. We'll talk about whatever events are coming up, what we're doing, what events we're going to, where you might be able to find us. So we'll be rehashing this all throughout the summer and trying to provide links to things as they get closer, giving you more details on those things, whatever benefits or charity stuff we're doing. So, all right. I think that's going to be a wrap, man. Thank you guys all so much. Is there a YouTube HD site for the reveal tomorrow? I know that on their YouTube channel on Harley Davidson, they had the reveal posted like it's a video where you could hit notify. So it looks to me like it's going to be on Harley Davidson's YouTube channel tomorrow that they're going to run the reveal on there as well. So I marked notify on that. There's also a place on their website you sign up, and usually that's the same video as what's on YouTube. The first year they did this, they tried to do it just off the website, and it kind of, I think, crashed. And when there was a lot of people that had problems with it. So last year, I think they kind of leaned on YouTube more as the platform in the background, and just moved you over there once the thing started. So I expect it's going to be on YouTube truly in the end. I've marked the YouTube thing to notify me. That's where I'm going to try and watch it at. If that doesn't work, I'll be on the website also. So, we'll see. In years past, stuff has actually showed up on the website maybe 30 minutes before the launch. So I'm expecting about 9:30 tomorrow. You'll be able to get on the website, see pricing, see colors, see models, things like that. So that might be good to even check that out before the launch if you have time. So, All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out, supporting the channel, watching the video. Hopefully you guys can make it to one of these events this year and come hang out with us. Support these places that are putting the events on. And we'll see you in the next one. Y'all take care.